Ever get that feeling you're talking to, like a ridiculously smart friend when you're chatting with AI, like it's actually getting you?
Yeah.
That's our deep dive today.
Okay.
We're unpacking Attention is All You Need,
Right.
a paper that didn't just change AI, it rewrote the rule book on how machines understand language.
It's true. This paper, it sends shockwaves through the field. But to appreciate why attention was such a big deal, we need to rewind a bit.
Okay, set the scene for us. What was the state of things before this paper came along?
Imagine teaching a computer to understand language is like teaching someone to read, but forcing them to go one word at a time. That's how these older models worked, often using what are called recurrent neural networks, or RNNs. They were very literal.
So, like trying to understand a Shakespearean sonnet without ever being able to take in the whole sentence. That sounds frustratingly slow, even for a computer.
You get it, and that's the problem. This step-by-step processing created a major bottleneck. Imagine trying to remember a grocery list by repeating it over and over. By the time you get to the store, you've forgotten half the items. These models struggled with long sentences because they couldn't hold on to that earlier information.
A digital case of out of sight, out of mind. This frustrating bottleneck is precisely what the authors of our featured paper aim to solve.
Exactly. They threw out that old, clunky step-by-step method and said, what if we tried something radically different?
And that's where the transformer model comes in, right?
Yes. The transformer was their radical solution. And at the heart of this innovation, you guessed it, attention.
Okay, so attention it is. But we need more than a title. What does it actually mean when we're talking AI?
Think of how you read a sentence. You don't give equal weight to every single word, do you?
Right.
Your brain naturally focuses on the most important ones to get the meaning.
It's like spotting a friend in a crowded room.
Yeah.
Your attention snaps right to them, filtering out all the other faces.
Precisely. And the transformer model does something similar. Instead of processing information bit by bit, it uses attention to figure out which parts of a sentence or text are the most important and how they relate to each other all at once.
Okay, I'm intrigued. But how does a machine even pay attention? Give us the inside scoop.
That's where it gets really neat. The paper calls it scaled dot product attention. Now, that might sound intimidating. It's actually like a ranking system for words. The model calculates a relevant score between different words, figuring out which ones are the most connected in terms of meaning.
So if we imagine a sentence as a network, scaled dot product attention is like highlighting the busiest intersections, the ones with the most traffic flowing between them.
Exactly. And compared to those older models, which were like navigating a maze, the transformer is like drawing a straight line between key points. It's much faster and more efficient.
So it's like the transformer has a superpower.
Yeah.
Seeing the shortest distance between 2 points, even in a jumbled sentence. No wonder it's faster.
Exactly. But there's another layer to this. We humans, we don't just pay attention in one way, right?
Right.
We pick up on the literal meaning of words, but also the emotions behind them. Maybe even what the speaker really means but isn't saying.
Like when a friend says, I'm fine, but their tone tells you a whole different story.
Yes. And amazingly, the transformer can kind of do that too. It uses something called multi-head attention. Instead of just one attention head, it uses multiple heads, each analyzing the text from a different angle.
So it's like giving the model multiple personalities, each with its own perspective on the language.
It is.
That's wild.
And by combining these multiple perspectives, the transformer builds this nuanced understanding of the text, picking up on subtleties that those older models would totally miss.
Okay, I'm with you on attention being the VIP and multi-head attention giving it that extra edge. But there's one more term that pops up a lot, self-attention. What's the deal with that?
This is where things get really mind-blowing. With self-attention, the model isn't just comparing words to each other within a sentence. It's letting each word analyze itself in the context of all the other words around it.
So it's like each word is asking itself, what's my role in this sentence? How do I contribute to the overall meaning?
Precisely. And this, my friend, is how the transformer becomes a master of long-range dependencies. Remember how those older models struggled to remember information from earlier on in a long sentence?
Right, their digital memory was like a goldfish?
Exactly. But with self-attention, the transformer can easily connect the dots between words that are far apart, no matter how long the sentence gets. In the paper, they even have a table comparing the transformer's performance to those older models, RNNs and CNNs, and the results are astounding.
Give us the juicy details. How much better is it, really?
It's not just a small improvement, it's a complete game changer. The transformer has a dramatically shorter path length, meaning the connection between those distant words is super direct and efficient. It's like the difference between walking across a room versus trekking through a jungle to get to the other side.
Okay, shorter paths, faster processing, deeper understanding. It's all starting to click now. But this all sounds very theoretical. Give us the real-world impact. What doors did it, attention is all you need, unlock?
Well, remember those eerily good AI chatbots we talked about at the beginning?
Yeah.
This paper is a big reason why they're so good at sounding human. It's like giving them a crash course in human conversation.
So it's not just about translation then.
Not even close. This paper was like a catalyst. It sparked a revolution in AI, especially in natural language processing.
Okay, you've got to give us some concrete examples. What else can these attention-powered models do?
Well, think about trying to summarize a really long, dense article. It's a chore, right?
Tell me about it. I live in fear of the too long didn't read comments.
Well, with these attention models, AI can do that for us and do it well. They can condense huge amounts of text into concise summaries, pulling out the most important points.
Okay.
But it goes even further. Imagine AI generating creative text formats like poems, or even writing computer code.
Wait, hold up. We're talking AI Shakespeare and AI programmers now. From figuring out which words matter most to that.
It might seem like a giant leap, but it all comes back to that core idea of understanding and processing relationships within sequences of information. That's what the transformer with its attention mechanisms does so well.
Okay, that is seriously impressive. So to be clear, attention is all you need wasn't just a recipe for better translation. It was like handing the AI world a whole new cookbook.
A cookbook they're still discovering. Its impact is comparable to, like, the invention of the microchip. No one knew exactly what it would lead to, but it revolutionized the world.
Mind officially blown. So for our listener who maybe encountered a super smart chatbot this week or saw a headline about AI writing code, are we saying attention is all you need is likely the magic behind the curtain?
Most definitely. It's woven into the fabric of modern AI.
It's like the Beatles of the AI world. Everyone knows their hits, but few realize just how much they shaped music.
Now, that is an analogy,
Yeah.
and it speaks volumes about this paper's influence.
This deep dive has been eye-opening. But before we go, I have to ask, we've been marveling at how this model mimics human attention, but how close are we really? Will AI ever truly understand language the way we do, with all the nuances and emotions baked in?
The million-dollar question. Researchers are still wrestling with that one. We've made incredible progress teaching machines to process language, but true understanding with emotional intelligence and contextual awareness, that's a whole other ballgame.
So the adventure continues.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of science and discovery. This one paper opened countless doors, and it's up to the next generation of thinkers, perhaps even someone listening right now, to see where these paths lead.
And if this deep dive piqued your curiosity about the power of attention and the future of AI, check out our show notes. We've got links to the original paper, some friendly explainers, and thought-provoking articles to keep you pondering. Because who knows, you might be the one to unlock the secrets of true machine understanding. Until next time.